Yep, you read my mind, Greg. That's one reason to bet on the Red Sox of many in this game. First off, they won 5 straight, and they're much better than Cincinnati. They have that starting pitching advantage with Cutter Crawford. Andrew Abbott, on a surface level, he can compete with Crawford, but when you look at the road splits for Crawford, just been fantastic this season. 2.62 ERA as a visitor compared to a 4.15 at home. Now, Abbott's been relatively consistent between the home and the road splits, but opponents are betting 252 off him at home compared to just 217 on the road. So this is a spot where I expect Boston to match the baseball, as they've been doing the past 5 games over that winning streak against the Yankees and the Blue Jays here. When you look at the Red Sox offense as a whole, they scored 41 more runs in Cincinnati, and they're batting 30 points higher when it comes to average. The Reds have just won 1 of their past 4 games, so it's definitely a good spot to back Boston here and keep that winning streak alive. Yeah, I think Houston's trying to kill his confidence a little bit. He is the number 10 ranked prospect in Houston's organization. Shout out to Lafayette College and Georgetown here. Obviously, he pitched at both those schools, but Lafayette's kind of a baseball school. You got him, you got Bednar in the league. So it's a solid program here. However, the Baltimore Orioles are going to be a big wake-up call for him in this spot. When you look at Baltimore, they put up 17 runs today. They absolutely embarrassed Luis Gil, who's just been fantastic this season. And as you were saying, Greg, afraid that the Orioles might not have a lot of runs left in them. I still got to trust them here, just going against Bloss, making his major league debut. Grayson Rodriguez is good enough to win this game. He's been pretty good this season, 8-2 with a 3.2 ERA and a 1.22 WHIP. There have been some inconsistent starts there, but I think this Baltimore Orioles offense is going to be enough to take them over the edge in this spot. They scored 50 more runs in Houston this season. That includes 28 more home runs. So while the Astros are starting to come around a little bit more than they did earlier in the season, I think this is still a prime run line spot for Baltimore on the road here against a pitcher making his MLB debut. Kirby is a much better home pitcher than a road pitcher. However, it's hard to go against him in this spot when you're looking at the Miami Marlins. They're just not that good of a team overall. They don't have a great pitcher on the mound in Trevor Rogers. Now, Seattle's offense has not been anything to write home about. They've only scored 32 more runs this season than the Miami Marlins. They are batting 14 points lower when it comes to average here. So both offenses, you can make fun of both of them because they're just not that good here. However, when it does come to the pitching matchup, George Kirby is better. He's got a 3.54 ERA and a 1.01 WHIP. Again, on the road, the numbers aren't as good. But Trevor Rogers isn't good at home or on the road. So it really doesn't matter where you bet against him. You're probably going to win. Looking at Rogers, he's 1-8 with a 5.09 ERA and a 1.62 WHIP. Opponents are batting 289 off him this season. Now, if Miami can't hit Rogers, I don't know what to say. But this is a prime run line spot for them in the sense of they have that pitching advantage. They're a slightly better offense when it comes to run score. They're guaranteed the 9 at-bats here. If they can sneak a few home runs over the fence, which they've been able to do this season pretty well at times here, especially against weak pitchers, I think they have no problem covering the run line.